onto the impeachment arguments against President Trump that begin today. The Senate hammered out rules for the trial in a marathon 13-hour session that ended early this morning.
Now, Washington correspondent Alexandra Lamone joins us live to tell us what those rules are and what concessions both Democrats and Republicans had to make. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Those arguments on the rules did get heated at times, but we do now have an agreed upon set of rules. Now, both sides made concessions. Republicans had to change what they wanted as far as the setup of the trial. So now, instead of having 24 hours worth of arguments for each side, opening arguments can take place over the course of 3 8-hour days instead of 2 really long 12-hour days. Another important change is that any evidence that was uncovered by the House impeachment inquiry, it will now be automatically admitted into the Senate trial instead of having to vote all of that in. Meanwhile, Democrats, they offered up one amendment after another, trying to subpoena documents from the Trump administration and also trying to call new witnesses right up front at the beginning of this trial. But all of those Democratic amendments failed along party lines.
All right, and what were the key arguments by House managers and the president's lawyers?
Well, this entire debate was supposed to be procedural about the rules, but House managers really tried to use up all of the time they got to try to start to build a case against the president and why they think he should be removed from office. They played video clips of people who testified in the House impeachment inquiry, like Ambassador Gordon Sondland, who told lawmakers that there is an email trail of high-ranking Trump administration officials who knew about a concerted effort to pressure Ukraine to do the investigation that President Trump wanted. So that was an effort to both get those emails, but also to try to start to build a case. Meanwhile, the president's legal team took a totally different approach. They tried to keep it short and concise, and their procedural argument was that if the House didn't get documents or witnesses that it wanted during the House impeachment inquiry, the Senate shouldn't have to do that job for them.
All right. Thanks so much for that report, Alexandra.